Hi everyone, I am Odia Reed, Vice President Claims here at Advantage General. We are aware of the challenges and the concerns that some of you have expressed regarding our processing of claims and your dealings with us. Please be assured of our highest consideration. And in that regard, we are working tirelessly, we're working diligently to ensure that we can deliver proper customer service to you. When it happens, we are here to fix it.
Welcome to our third installment. It's Sagicor Live, where we give you all the information on the Sagicor Insurance products and services, of course. We have two great panelists with us this evening who will be assisting. We have Alicia and we have Michael. Later on, they'll be giving us some deeper information in regard to our health insurance products and services, and of course, our general insurance. But of course, we're asking you to check in. Some of you might already be on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube. But if you want to communicate, be a part of the conversation, you need to get that chat box up because we'll be asking questions and we'll have giveaways. So jump straight into it. Lady Suki, hi.
Hi, Otis.
Please introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alicia Suki. I am the manager for the claims department at Sagicor Life, Jamaica Limited.
Okay, great. And over to your left, we have Michael. Michael, welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Michael Anthony. I'm the claims officer for Advantage General. You
realize Michael have a show-off voice about him. It's one thing I can't deal with him. But welcome, Michael. All right, I want to start with you, Lady Suki. You say you handle claims on the health insurance side of things.
Yes, I do.
All right. Let's start with what is health insurance and why do we need it?
Simply put, health insurance is really insurance that you purchase to cover the cost of medical care. And in the environment that we live in, both locally and internationally, the cost of medical care is expensive wherever you go. Health insurance helps to cover a portion of that cost, and that's why all of us need health insurance.
Okay, understandable. But I'm generally healthy. But I want you to give me some more information. Somebody like myself, or even not like myself, who do a little jogging and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What type of health insurance is there, and how do I choose which one is best for me? Because I don't think, I need to get one the same type that the other person who might be a little ill get.
All right. So remember now, life can be unpredictable. And while you are healthy today and you're jogging, anything can happen. So that is another reason why you need health insurance. At Sagicor Life, Jamaica Limited, we currently have two types of health insurance: group health insurance and individual health insurance. Group health insurance you get through your company, and individual health insurance can be purchased through any one of our Sagicor financial advisors. Okay. The plan that you choose for your individual health insurance will vary based on your needs and what you can afford. On the group side, it's a little bit more constrained because whatever your employer chooses for that group of persons that they're covering is what the coverage that you will have.
Okay, so you have a suite of coverage.
That's
and
correct.
Benefits
That's correct.
That you basically buy into. The fact
That's
that you're in
correct.
a group.
That's correct.
All right. A while ago, while you were speaking and I'm telling you about the facts, I jog and all them, something you tell me anything can happen. As I imagine myself, in a little accident, and it scared me a bit. So with that, let me go over to Michael. Michael, you work on the general side of business, all right? So what is that all about? If you should be in an accident, let's say a motor car accident, how do you treat it? How do you handle it?
Firstly, once you're involved in an accident, you're required to stay calm. You must report the accident to the police station. You should...
Hold on. Which police station? Because accident happen anywhere.
The nearest police station, right? Basically, actually, any police station is sufficient, right? You are required to also have the document, exchange particulars with a third party and take photos, take videos, take anything that you can get that would basically assist the insurance company in whether one establishing liability, basically understand the sequence of events which occurred. right?
All right, you said documents a while ago, Michael. What documents you talking about?
Whether the registration, the fitness, the insurance document itself for the third party, right?
But what if the person don't want to give me that information?
If the person does not want to give you that information, you can still take images. You can write down or just call it the license plate of the vehicle.
Okay.
Right? You can take an image of the individual himself, right? And you
Or
can
herself. Hello?
Or,
Hello? Don't
or
forget
her.
the moms. I'm sorry about that.
or herself, and you can have that submitted to whether the police station along with your insurance.
Okay, so I gather the minimum, the basic that I can get. Let's say it's what we call a hit and run.
All right.
Somebody, you meet in an accident, the person come out and acting all aggressive. So I tell myself, I'm not going in an argument with you. I just collect that person license plate, take a picture of the vehicle and stuff, and say, you know what, meet me at the closest police station. Or I'll report it there, and you must do the same. That is
correct.
Legal. That is enough.
That is legal, and that's enough.
Because I've heard police tell me already that if I don't report it within X amount of hours, I don't know how long it is, then I'm in some breach, So what type of timeline do you have, if you know?
Okay. So you're required to report it to the police station within 24 hours of the accident occurring. You're also required to report it to your insurance company within 30 days of the accident occurring.
Oh, okay. I never know that part. All right. Thanks for that. And before I step back to a question to Lady Alicia, witnesses, if there are other persons on the scene, can they help the process?
Yes. So anyone that is not directly involved with whether your vehicle or the third party's vehicle, they can basically act as a witness once you're reporting it to whether your insurance company.
Okay, that is great. I've never seen that before, though. I've never seen an accident when nobody call the person cross the road and say, don't you think you did see? Give me a number, but it makes sense. Lady Alicia, I thought about a question that come to me a whole lot, and I feel I have to come back to you about it. How much for health insurance? Individual, we're starting with. What's the general costing like for health insurance?
So, as I said earlier, the cost varies based on the plan that you purchase.
Yes.
Right? Currently at Sagicor, we have two individual health insurance plans, and they are tailored to your needs. They vary based on your age and your affordability. So once you get in touch with your financial advisor, they'll have that discussion with you about where you are now, what is your projection for the years to come, and definitely your affordability, and they will guide you to choose what is best for you.
All right, there are two big words. I wanted to carry me to Health Insurance University now.
Okay.
There are two big words that I hear, and I needed to give me some information on. First, health insurance deductible, one, and second is what is CoPay.
All right.
Carry me to college with that one.
All right, so let's go first. The deductible is an amount of money that you, as the insured, have to pay for services out of your pocket before your claim can be paid from your major medical benefit. Okay. So the major medical benefit is that huge sum of money that we have where we pay your big expenses, such as your hospitalization, your surgery, your lab and x-ray, your MRIs. They come from that big portion of money. So once you pay that out-of-pocket expense, which we refer to as a deductible, then everything else is paid from that major medical balance.
Okay.
And the copay now, the difference is the copay is what you pay after the insurance has paid your eligible benefit. So let's say you go to the doctor, right? And the doctor charges $5,000 for the visit.
Yes.
But your card covers $3,500, right?
Okay.
There's a balance of $1,500 remaining, and that is what is referred to as your copay.
Okay.
And just to make the point that you can't claim for your copay under your now existing plan that you swipe the card on. But if you do have another plan where you're covered with Sagicor through, then you can claim for that copayment on that other plan.
Okay.
Right.
No, I need you lost me slightly.
Okay.
So let's say I have a individual plan.
Right.
But I'm also a part of a group.
Uh-huh.
what happens in that scenario?
Right.
If I have both cards.
So it depends on which plan you're primary on, right?
Okay.
Right. So the provider should swipe the card that you're primarily covered under,
Yes.
right, for that benefit, which is the 3,500,
Yes.
and then pick up the balance under the other card, which is the $1,500. And in that instance, then you will not have a copay because both cards would have given you full
Fully covered.
coverage. That's
Fully
correct.
That's what I hope. I'm
That's
waiting
correct.
on the terminal.
That's correct.
Viewers, that's what I'm listening for. I want to hear that I'm fully
Covered.
covered.
That's correct.
I want to get back to my good friend Michael because as we speak, it comes to us. Are there any limits to how much you can claim when it comes to your car insurance claim? And time limits I'm talking about. How would that work?
Time limits.
Yes. You mentioned, I heard a while ago some limits in regards to the health insurance. What are the limits in regards to the car insurance, the motor vehicle insurance?
All right. So as it relates to motor vehicle insurance, you're required to report the loss to your insurance company within 30 days. However, you have up to 6 years to formally advise your insurance company whether or not you intend to make a claim for that loss.
Okay, that is a part I know I hear something about once.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not all over if the 30 days is gone.
That's correct. So, for instance, there has been scenarios where, let's say, the third party commits to you, right? The third party is a proximate cause, meaning he is the person that hits your vehicle, right?
Yes.
He's wrong.
He's a wrong
Now, he comes to you and he advises you that, he will settle you outside of the insurance getting involved.
Yes.
Now, there has been scenarios where the third party doesn't come through with that promise, right? So that is the reason why you should report the claim within 30 days to your insurance company. If it is that you have a comprehensive policy, then you would be able to make a claim against your policy if it is that the third party doesn't come through, right? And then the insurance company would then go ahead and try and recover from the third party or the third party insurer.
All right, I'm really happy about that information. New one to me. Another one. I have my own motor vehicle people that I deal with. But which companies, which auto repair companies do I have to go to when I have an insurance plan with you and my car gets hit?
All right. So as it relates to the repairer that you would choose, it doesn't matter.
Choose?
You can choose any repairer.
Okay.
You can choose whether the dealer. You could even choose your regular mechanic, right? He can provide you with an estimate. You can submit that estimate to the insurance company, and then we would go ahead and have our assessor look at the vehicle, look at the estimate, quantify the damages, right, and then present us with their report.
Oh, so at all times, your assessor is the one who makes the final determination of the sum.
That's correct. The assessor quantifies whatever it is that the repairer would have presented in his estimate.
Okay, I love that. I appreciate that. That makes sense. Next, I was brought to college a while ago, and I have a college question for you too. Policy excess.
Simple. The policy excess is the first portion of the claim that you yourself as insured is responsible for.
Yes.
So let's say your excess that is associated with your claim, let's call it 100,000. You suffer a loss. The loss is, call it 250,000, right? The first portion, which is the 100,000, would have basically been deducted from the settlement, right? So if it is that the settlement, the loss that you sustain is 250, the amount that you'd be reimbursed from the insurance company, once it is that you're claiming from your policy, would have been the 150,000. Hope I haven't lost you.
Is there a standard excess, like from you take out a general insurance and a motor vehicle is one excess everybody pay, or is it based on the value of the vehicle or your plan or anything like that?
All right.
Does it vary?
Yes, it does vary. So basically the excess is based on your policy itself, right? Our excess varies between 5% to 20%. Right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a percentage. Okay.
That's correct.
All right, I have a Mission Impossible question to ask you before I come back to Alicia. I'm sure you can answer this because every day you see people trying to answer this question. How do you determine whose fault it is in an accident?
All right. So we are guided by the Road Traffic Act, right, which would basically be summarized in the road code itself. Now, based on the information that would have been in both documents and the images, the videos, there are certain terms, there are certain guidelines that all road users must adhere to, right? And if it is that there is a loss,
Yes.
then there basically must be a reason or
Somebody must do something wrong.
Exactly.
Are you sure you don't have scenarios where everybody right, but
there cannot be an accident where everybody is right.
Of course. I bet you I get a scenario. Bet.
Go ahead.
What happens when a traffic light goes bad and whether it is the traffic light off or the two traffic lights are green? If tell me who wrong. Tell me who wrong. I tell you so that catch me. I'm going to make you go and think about that one. Alicia, as I heard Michael speaking, and we spoke about who he would go to in respect to, who I can go to in regard to my vehicle. Same thing in regard to my medical provider. Are there limitations as to who I can go to in regard to my health card, to use my health card?
All right, so that question can be answered two ways. So Sagicor has a list of what we call participating providers, right?
Okay.
When you go to use your health card, participating providers will take the card. But there are other doctors who are not on our network, right? And as long as those persons are licensed to operate in Jamaica, you can seek care from them. In those scenarios, though, you would have to pay up front in full for the services that have been rendered, right? And then you submit a claim to us, and we will pay the available benefits based on the plan that you have. So care is available anywhere in Jamaica because we do have Jamaican plans. And as I said, as long as these doctors are registered to work in Jamaica, you're good to go.
Okay, great. What another fancy term that most of us don't know what it means? HMO. What is that?
Okay, so HMO is just a type of plan. It's a health maintenance organization. So the difference between an HMO and a regular shape or fit plan that you get through a group coverage is that HMO provider is what we refer to as your primary care physician. And basically that person has the responsibility of taking care of you.
Yes.
So if it is that you go to your primary care physician, who is usually a general practitioner, right? And they have assessed you and they say that you have arthritis because you run a lot, and with age you have wear and tear, right? And they will look, and they have the responsibility now of referring you to a specialist who will then render care to you. The drawback to having been on an HMO is that at all points you have to keep going back to your primary care provider because of how that arrangement works. So they will continuously be managing your care, and wherever else it is that they see it necessary for you to get care, they will continue with that referral from there.
Okay. You touched on something that I love some more clarity on. How do you make that claim? Because you mentioned that I can go to my personal doctor, who might not be a registered partner, but a fully registered
physician,
doctor,
right?
General
right.
practitioner. But then in that case, I have to pay up front and
No,
then make a claim.
No, because if he's referring you to
No, I'm not talking about the HMOs, you know. I mean, if I go to my doctor, but my doctor is not registered with Sagicor,
right?
Then I'd have to pay up front.
That's correct.
But how do I claim back?
Oh, easy.
Money?
That's so easy. So your provider should complete a claim form for you, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
With
So most
all
providers might have it, and if they don't have it, then I need to walk it on.
they should, or we have electronic copies, so we can send you one as well, or you can get it from your advisor through your HR department. But what happens in that scenario when you have to pay and claim
Yes.
is that the provider is responsible for completing the claim form for you, right? And that
Okay.
completion of the claim form should include the diagnosis, the date of service, the name of the referring physician if you were referred, the charge,
Yes.
how much you paid, and the procedure if any was done, right? You should have an original receipt which is attached to that claim, and then claims can be submitted electronically, right, through our Sagicor Connect platform.
Oh,
Right.
What's the handle for that? How do I get on that?
It's Sagicor Connect,
Yes.
and usually it is accessible through your employer. So once your employer has registered, then you can access Sagicor Connect. And you log in. Once you log in, you create your account,
Yes.
as with any other platform, and you submit your claim electronically there. There's also an email submission that both members and providers can send their claims through. So Sagicor Connect, let me just explain, is primarily now tailored for member claim submission. So you are the member, you go to the doctor or your spouse or your child and you submit your claim. You can do that through Sagicor Connect. We're not yet ready for our providers to use that platform. Another means of submission is through the email, which is SLJ_health claims
Yes.
at sagicor.com for our member claims. And for the provider claims, it's SLJ_provider claims at sagicor.com. So we have many easy ways for you to submit your claim.
I definitely think we need to put those up on our page and our live, because definitely we need to start use those up. We still have a lot of people like myself who carry this long claim form, but drop off at Sagicor and never know that we could actually submit it digitally.
Correct. That's
so thank you so much for that.
That's correct.
I don't know if my friend Michael, who deals with general insurance, if you guys have any digital platforms yet.
Yes, we do.
Okay, you have to be bossy, you have to be up to the times. How can we submit claims or just have dialogue with you guys?
Basically, you can just visit our platform, which is advantagegeneral.com. We have a claims tab. Once you select the tab, there is basically images, which would basically give you an idea as to whether or not you have a single vehicle accident, a multiple vehicle accident. Single vehicle accident meaning there is no third party, that is. Or whether or not
the third party might be the light post.
Exactly. Right? And or if it is that you have a windshield claim.
Okay.
Right? You can just select whichever image that you choose and submit the claim. You just answer a few questions, provide us with a few documents, submit the claim, and that is how the claims process will be started.
All right, I'm going to ask one hard questions coming from one of our viewers now.
Sure.
When you make claims, what happens to your premium? AKA the money you pay a month time or a year time, what happens to that premium?
Okay, so once it is that you make a claim against your policy, your premium will either increase or
stay flat. How?
Or stay constant.
How can I get it to stay constant? That's what I really want to get to.
All right, hold on. All right, so firstly, once it is that you make a claim against your policy, the increase on your premium is basically contingent until the insurance company makes a recovery from the third party, right? So if it is that it's a single vehicle accident, the no claim discount that you probably would have been accumulating over the years would basically be adjusted. If it is that...
I like that word. you make it very nice, you know?
Yes.
Adjusted.
So it would be adjusted if it is that you make a claim against your policy. But this is mainly applicable for comprehensive policies. In regards to third-party policies, if it is that you are liable in a loss, you make the claim to the insurance company. The insurance company is expected to pay out a sum to whether the third party or a third-party insurance company. Then in that scenario, you must at least expect that your premium will increase.
All right. Understandably, I can't beat you too much for that one. A tricky one, though. What if I'm in an accident with another driver who doesn't have general insurance or motor vehicle insurance? How is that handled?
All right. So Advantage General, we provide an extension called uninsured rider. Right? You can have a discussion with any of our agents. They will basically provide you with further information in regards to that. But just the surface information, right?
Yes.
Surface info would basically state the uninsured rider, if it is that you are not the proximate cause of the loss, meaning you did not cause the loss itself, the third party is not insured, or whether or not they have breached their policy. Once you submit the claim to us and we are honoring the claim, then you would not, an excess would not be deducted from your settlement, right? So 2 conditions must be met. 1, that you are not the proximate cause of the loss.
Yes.
Secondly, the third party must have whether breached their policy condition or they're not insured. Once both conditions are met, and you have the uninsured rider on your policy, then the excess would not be deducted. And also, your no-claim discount would not be adjusted.
Okay. You see, you leave the best for last, because I'm looking hard as to how I ensure I don't lose my no-claim bonus. So you hear that?
Correct.
You're saying buy the rider.
That's correct.
Don't skip on the rider. Buy the uninsured rider. That's what the name of it is.
That's
All right,
correct.
thank you very much. I want to jump back to the lovely lady Alicia. Still speaking about the submission of claims. Give me a timeline as to what to expect when we submit all the documents for our health insurance claim. Are you looking at a month, 2 months, 3 months to get back your money? How it works?
Not at all. Not at all. So different categories of claims have different turnaround times.
Yes.
For our member claims, that is the one that we just spoke about. If you get sick and you have to submit a claim for whether you or your dependent, the present turnaround time that we have is 5 working days. 5 working days.
5 Jamaican working days.
5 Jamaican working days. And we are proud to say that we have been able to maintain that turnaround time for a good while now. So 5 working days.
If anybody said that's not their reality, it's because they're missing what documents or why.
That's correct. That's correct. So there will be delays in some of the processing if it is that sometimes providers or the doctors have these very, nice way of writing on the diagnosis and stuff, and then we can't really make it out. And sometimes instead of denying the claim to ask for that, we will try to make contact with the provider for them to clarify some of the information, inclusive of the diagnosis that is there, if it is that we're not clear. Things like that will hold up the processing of your claim. If we have to call you to get additional information as well to verify what it is that is on the claim form, that's going to hold up the processing as well. But the usual turnaround time for member claims is 5 working days, and for our provider claims, it is now 10 working days. So when you go in and those providers write up the forms for you and they submit it, our current processing time is 10 working days.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Not to say I plan to go get sick, but that's not bad. I think I might survive. There's a still pertinent question in respect to COVID. Do we cover COVID-related illnesses?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And we've had quite a many persons, Jamaica, we're a little afraid of the vaccine thing. What about those illnesses when people take the vaccine? We've seen online everywhere people say insurance companies reject you because you have vaccine. Do you know of anything like that? You heard of anything like that?
Sagicor Life Jamaica Limited does not practice that. Once it is that you're ill and it's a genuine illness, then your claim is covered. Once you have the benefit and you have the coverage, we are going to pay your claim.
All right, I need to pause here and say, put it on YouTube, that covers you with or without vaccine. All right, put it on YouTube and IG and Facebook. All right. What are some reasons, though, why a health insurance claim might be denied?
Sub-OTIS, that's variable, right? The first variable can be the maximum plan benefit,
Yes.
because different plans have different maximums, plan benefits. So one can be that you have reached your plan benefit maximum.
Yes.
And once you have done that, there's nothing else for us to pay for the rest of that plan year. Two, it can be that, as I mentioned before, that we require additional information, right? And so sometimes when we're not able to make that direct contact with the provider, or some of them are unwilling to share certain sensitive information over the phone unless they can definitely identify. And we appreciate that, because that's really ensuring that your privacy is maintained,
Yes,
right?
understand.
And three, sometimes the service is just not covered. It's just not covered under the insurance plan, or not covered by the plan that your company or you would have purchased. So those are some of the reasons.
When you mentioned the service is not covered, I heard some persons asking about stuff like BBL and stuff like that. You know?
Nah, those are not
so
medically
I heard that
necessary.
they're cosmetic.
They're not medically
So we
necessary.
don't cover cosmetics.
Right. We don't cover cosmetic procedures, any at all.
Well, outside of those cosmetic procedures, what are some procedures that you might need pre-authorization prior to ensure that you get your claim?
All right. So that's a good question. So for all of your surgical procedures that are going to be done, then we ask that you get prior pre-authorization before going into those. Yeah. And it gives you basically a picture of what it is that we will cover and what it is that you will have to pay out of pocket, so you can plan. Definitely your hospitalizations, if it's an elective procedure, yes, that means that you have planned to do this procedure. Then your hospitalization, your room and board, those need to be pre-authorized.
Okay.
Right. Your chemotherapy treatment that you're getting, it's advisable that you get those pre-authorized as well. And things like radiation, those can also be submitted for pre-authorization.
Okay. So generally when you have those things to do,
those big procedures.
And the procedure to get that process done, because of course I'm a layman, I'm not a medical person. What is the process? The doctor signs some forms and give to me, or what? How does that work?
So what happens is that the doctor sends Sagicor what we call an invoice or a request for pre-authorization, right? Those are submitted electronically as well, via SLJ _ pre-auth at sagicor.com, and the turnaround time is also 5 working days for that. So once it comes in and we have all of the necessary information to do those assessments based on what is there, we do that, and then we send back the response to the email address from which it was originally sent to us.
Okay. So only where it's coming from, get it back, and then they advise you.
And that's correct.
All right. I know our time is running close now, but I need to get some more information from my good friend Michael. Michael, we've seen it over and over. You're in a car accident. You're going through the process of getting your paperwork together to get a claim. But during that time, you still have to go to work and drop off the kids. Can I rent a vehicle? And will my insurance company pay for any part of that?
Okay, yes.
Right. Hold on, boy, I hear that. I need to know if it's a strong yes or a yes issue.
Remember, only certain policies offers that benefit. Okay. Right? So if it is that you have a comprehensive policy.
Yes.
So if it's a normal private car comprehensive policy you have with us, you will be entitled to whether alternative transportation, which would have basically been daily loss of use, as it relates to our loss policy. Those policies, you cannot speak to any of our agents. They'll just provide you with additional information in regards to that. But we can actually present you with whether rental days, right? So exactly. So it's quite convenient.
You know, nobody never tell me these things, you know. You know, I'm happy to hear. Although you might tell me, say, I can't rent the car, I want to rent.
But remember, every policy, both our Lux and our Prestige policy, that is, they are still restricted to a certain amount of days. So it's for you as insured to ensure that you at least know your schedule and know how much days you will actually be provided coverage for.
All right. We have some questions, and we're nearly out of time with this segment, but before I go, I have to hear from you. You mentioned something a while ago to me. Alicia, you mentioned fit and shape. What that means? Some gym thing? What's that? Tell me what's happening with that.
So fit and shape are basically two types of coverage that Sagicor offers. And they are comprehensive health insurance plans that are offered through your employer, right? Right. So basically, the FIT plan has different levels of coverage that the employer can choose from, and the SHAPE plan is usually a standard SHAPE plan that also your company chooses for you. So it's just two different types of comprehensive health insurance that Sagicor offers.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, I'm jumping to the questions, and let me read them quick. I see Simply Leah is on IG. She's saying, what are some good life insurance policies for unemployed young adults? All right, firstly, the main reason to take out a life insurance policy is to secure your income. So the reality is, if you don't have a direct income, then the focus is not necessarily for your life insurance, except for if you're looking at for the person who is giving you income. So let's say your parent is taking care of you, a spouse, whoever. Then that person wants to ensure that if there's a loss that is caused by your death or your major illness, then they can handle that loss using a life insurance or critical insurance. So for instance, we need to just replace what that cost would be to that person. All right? So we can't take out a life insurance for you, but it's really for the person who is really spending to ensure that they take care of you. And we have many plans, many different life insurance plans that can do that. Mm-hmm. Secondly, we have is that Denica.B on IG. How do you go about getting life insurance in your early 20s? Talk to a life insurance advisor. Mm-hmm. Go on Sagicor.com. They will direct you to somebody through that portal. But definitely talk to somebody now. And when we say early 20s, before you even start work, get the information so that you can start as early as possible. Life insurance cost is based on your age, primarily, age, gender, health. No, your gender generally stays the same, but your age and health gets worse over time. So the earlier you do it, the better, all right? And then I have the last one, Zar735, who is also on IG. I'm going to do a breast reduction. Do you cover that? I think that one goes to health insurance, but we mentioned it, but can take it away.
All right, so it depends. First, as I said, it would have to be sent in for pre-authorization, and based on the information that is sent, that is evaluated, and we will make a decision based on that.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We have a giveaway that we'll be announcing at the top of the next segment. It will be based on general insurance and health insurance. So ensure you took your notes and you're reading over your notes, because on the next side, that's where we'll start. But thank you so much, Michael and Alicia. It has been amazing information, and we enjoyed having you. See you on the next side.
She's a pilot, she's a surfer, and he is an astronaut. Kids will be kids, happy and carefree. But as a parent or grandparent, you care more, because you know life is not all smiles. That's why we created Child Protector, a critical illness insurance plan covering 15 critical illnesses, providing hospitalization benefits, life insurance, and investments. So make sure your child can live life to the fullest. Apply for Sagicor Child Protector today. She's a pilot, she's a surfer, and he is an astronaut. Kids will be kids, happy and carefree. But as a parent or grandparent, you care more, because you know life is not all smiles. That's why we created Child Protector, a critical illness insurance plan covering 15 critical illnesses, providing hospitalization benefits, life insurance, and investments. So make sure your child can live life to the fullest. Apply for Sagicor Child Protector today.
Welcome back. As you remember, we are in the Sagicor Insurance Live series, where we give you all the information you need regarding Sagicor Insurance products and services from across the group. So, earlier, we spoke in respect to health insurance, and we went deeper with general insurance. Right now, we are coming closer to the life insurance side of the business. We have our good friend, friends Kian and Mr. Dua, who will introduce themselves, and then we'll go a little further into what they actually do and how they can give you some information to guide you. So first, Kian, who are you?
Hi. Hey, Otis, how are you doing? I'm
well.
Keon Walker Heslop, the manager for supplemental benefits and direct marketing programs in the employee benefits division at Sagicor Life.
Okay, great. And Mr. Dua?
Yes, sir. I'm Teron Duar, manager for the digital revenue channel at Sagicor.
All right, great to have you. Great to have you. So, Teron and Ken, I don't want you guys to answer this question. I want my friends online to answer this question because I'm sure you guys were listening and taking notes as well. What is the name when you're submitting your claim for general insurance? What's the name of that part of the claim that they take out of the money that they give to you? You cannot put up your answer. One more time. When you're submitting your claim, whether in a car accident, whether it's write-off, whatever the situation is, when you get that money, when that claim is paid over to you, there's a part of it that they have to keep back. Tell me what's the name of that part. That's a question. But the first answer on Instagram or Facebook, and we have a beautiful basket for you, and definitely you will get it. So, let's get back to our friends from Sagicor Life. So back to you, Keon. Keon, what is your role in your office? What do you do at Sagicor, really?
All right, so essentially, that very long title that I made mention of, Manager Direct Marketing and Supplemental Benefits Program, is really managing what we call supplemental benefits, as it says. So Alicia spoke earlier about persons who get health insurance through their employer, so through our employer arrangement. Yes. So what we do is provide members with supplemental benefits who are employed under the employer arrangement, all right? So, for example, critical illness, we have a suite of products. And so, the member purchases and the employer facilitates salary reduction on their behalf. So really a beautiful arrangement. I also manage what we call now the non-employer arrangement, and we're going to talk about one of these today, particularly the school companion plan. So essentially, persons who are not necessarily under an employer arrangement are able to purchase health insurance for their children under the school companion in particular. But there are other products that we have in the portfolio where persons who are not generally who wouldn't normally get access to health insurance through an employer arrangement are able to access health insurance. And of course, you know what we do at Sagicor. We try to provide for all needs of all Jamaicans.
Yes, we name Jamaica. We name Jamaica.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Teron, you mentioned that, of course, you're a part of a special line, a special division. Yes, what exactly do you do on your side?
So, as I said, I manage the digital revenue channel. And that any opportunity where a Jamaican wants to provide coverage for their family with life insurance, health insurance, general insurance, or pensions, and they opt to do that using an online channel, meaning they find the product online, they do the research and figure that that is what they want, and they make the purchase online. Yes. My team manages that entire spectrum.
Okay. Do you have any products that are specific to the online platform?
Yes, we have a number of products that are specific to the online platform, but we should also mention that even some of the insurance products, whether individual health, group, and our group products that are purchased through your financial advisors, you can also get those products online if you opt to take that channel. And
how do we, before even going into the products, how do we get a chance to access those products in the first place?
There are many ways you can do that. So if you want a coupon policy, or we're going to call a coupon policy, which is an insurance policy that is not underwritten.
Okay.
Right? You can opt to go to buy it through our online platform. We call it eLife. It's the first in the region that allows you to select an insurance policy and pay for it online using a credit card. So you can get that option through eLife. And if you want a group health policy similar to the one that Kian spoke about, you can purchase that through our Sagicor Connect platform.
Okay. Give me an idea of some of the products, specific products that you can get through that eLife portal.
All right. There are many products. I'm going to put them in actually categories. So you can buy products that primarily covers life insurance. You can buy products that primarily covers critical illness coverage. You can buy pensions. You can buy a pension product through it. So it really offers you an opportunity to provide coverage for yourself and your family members in any sphere you deem fit, having consulted with your licensed financial advisor.
All right. I know there must be some limitations, though, because we know life insurance, critical illness insurance, all of these are serious contracts. So how do you ensure that I am me? How do we communicate? How is the relationship maintained after I come online and just submit my required documents?
Great. So let's use eLife, for example. When you go online and you read the product options and you select a product that best suits your need, the platform will ask you to select a financial advisor. So when you select a financial advisor, your financial advisor that you've selected is notified that I, Tarandor, went online, I found this product that I thought or that I think fits my need.
Yes.
The system will notify the financial advisor.
Okay.
Now you have the opportunity now to consult with your financial advisor to ensure that that product that you've seen fits your need. Financial advisor will guide you through the process, and of course you can pay for the product online. And it's not something that you have to go and pay every month. You can set up a recurring payment on your credit card, and the system automatically charges your card for that coverage to ensure that you maintain the coverage going forward.
That's amazing. Well, as we get back to Kian, I have some more questions for you, but I soon come. I'm giving you a chance.
I'm sure you do.
As I get back to Kian, I'm remembering that we have to get back to school.
Yes, sir.
And as a parent myself, and I'm sure you guys are parents.
Indeed.
Outside of buying the school book and buying the pencil and new shoes and new bag, talk to me about the school companion and any other product you have for kids.
All right, so I'll focus a little bit on the school companion, and Teran, I guess we'll talk about, the child protector. So the school companion, that we cover children, as I'd indicated, under the group arrangement, basically offers a comprehensive health insurance plan to children 2 to, I would say, 21 years of age, once you are actually enrolled in an educational institution in Jamaica.
Oh, so hold on, that is the clipper. So you do it through the schools?
No, we don't.
Well, tell me how come it's a group?
Well, group business is a little bit different in the sense that even though we're selling to individuals, we can, do have arrangements with some schools,
yes,
but you're not required. As I said, what we're trying to provide is access. The benefit of purchasing insurance under a group type arrangement as an individual is that you actually benefit from a lower price, so to speak, as opposed to if you are purchasing the insurance on your own, right?
Well, you say you can squeeze in the lower price, so don't tell me something about price. Give me an idea of some of the range, because we're speaking of getting insurance for our kids. So before I even go into the benefits, give me an idea what the range of costs look like.
All right, so of course, we're not talking about the specific benefits, but we have a number of options.
Yes.
So we have an option for persons, of course, based on their pockets, based on affordability.
Yes.
And we start as low as, I would say 12,000
per month?
12,000 every 6 months.
Okay.
Every 6 months.
So that's like $2,000 a month, technically.
Correct. So let me tell you what, the annual premium inclusive of GCT would be about 26,000. 26,000 for the year. But what we've done, we've recognized that, we have seen some increases, and I know, I have to talk to some of my parents who have been on the plan since inception, and I've seen some of the increases. I don't want to pretend that these things have not been real. But what I want to say to you as well, Otis, is that within the past year, we have paid out 50 million in claims. 50 million for school company, I don't need to tell you.
Wow.
Over 12,000 individual claims, equivalent to 50 million Jamaican dollars. So I'm telling you that the benefits are being utilized. People see the value in the product. And as I say, at the price point that they're getting this, and it goes up to about 50,000 for the year in terms of the high point.
The high point.
But as we indicated, it's a comprehensive plan. So it covers your school medical, it covers, your x-rays, your diagnostics labs, hospitalization, major medical, your surgery benefits and so on. And there was a time that we would think that kids don't need health insurance, kids don't get sick.
Well,
But
that is
we
before we
know-
had kids. That's before we had kids. Because it was one thing is sure. From you have kids, doctor will be visited.
Doctors will be visited. And I mean, there are some people who can tell us, I won't call any names, because the person is close to me, but there are many times that I see them and they say, boy, I've just come in from the doctor because my son did X or Y or Z.
Mm-hmm.
And, having that insurance kind of gives you some assurance that you don't have to come out of pocket, or come out of pocket as significantly as if you did not have an insurance. Because when you have that insurance and you can say, at least it will cover 80% of the cost, there is some peace of mind that you get. And there are people like me who benefit from having multiple insurance. I heard you spoke about it earlier.
Of course.
So, sometimes when you go to the doctor and you swipe, or when you go, to the hospital and you swipe and they say 0, you say, whoopee.
Thanks. Thank you.
It
was good
So
being here.
knowing that they're sick is one thing.
Yes.
But knowing that you don't have to stand that financial burden when you're going through that kind of experience makes a world of difference.
And I'm going to work with the highest point, the highest price point you're using. Even at maximum just over $4,000 a month. That is an amazing deal.
It is.
But is it that we get stuff like dental, optical, or we just get to go general practitioner to check if the child is okay? What are the suite of benefits you might get? Let's say in the best, the highest level of plan that you
I'm
have.
going to get a little bit granular. So only 2 of the options don't have dental and optical.
Okay.
So of the 6 plans that we have, only 2 of them do not have the dental and optical. It's not as significant in terms of the benefit of dental and optical. I think the max goes up to about $10,000 or $15,000 for the year.
Okay.
But it is still, a valuable benefit based on the price point. And so we have to look for value for money in terms of what we're getting because, as Alicia would have mentioned earlier, health insurance is expensive. And so for you to get dental and optical, I can tell you, that, I started wearing glasses recently.
Myself,
and
that's why I'm here squinting.
And believe me, but the beauty about it when you have it, I've exhausted my dental and optical benefit just on my glasses alone. But thank goodness I have it. I didn't have to come out of
That was
pocket.
quite a bit of money. And I also want us to appreciate, we're talking about the children here. And unlike the adults who you might be in perfect health and just live this amazing life, you're basically guaranteed to carry a child to the doctor at least once a year. You have to do medicals, you have to do immunizations, you have to do so many things that guarantee, and you don't want to have your child and don't go to the liquor dental. It don't make sense. Sure. So as such, if it's one person in the household, a half-figure doctor, is going to be a child. And we now offer a product that at worst case scenario, worst being the highest price point, $4,500 a month technically.
Absolutely.
And you're good to go.
Good to go.
I love it and I appreciate what you're doing. Mr. Teron,
Yes, sir.
I hear about the child protector. What is that all about? It's a security guard that you hire. What's that?
No, it's a product it's a critical illness product that we designed for children, and you can cover them from as early as 3 months until they're 15 years old. So it's a critical illness product that has hospitalization benefit, limited death benefit, and investment. So it's a product that is designed to cover your child in the event that they're diagnosed with any of the covered critical illnesses.
Okay then. And in that respect, what have you guys seen in the market why you'd come up with a product like that? Because I don't think children get critical illnesses.
They do. And as a matter of fact, we designed this product because there was not one in the market that covers our kids for critical illness, because that thought process existed that the children typically don't suffer from critical illness. But we're seeing it where we have kids who suffer from severe asthma.
Okay.
The product covers that.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
You have instances where kids go blind, they go deaf. It covers that. Cerebral palsy, all these sort of illnesses. It's an excellent product, and anybody who is a parent should consider putting this level of protection in place to cover their kids in the event that they're diagnosed with any of these things.
What is the lowest age that you can get child protector?
3 months. So
3 months. That is before the 6-month visit today. No, not about the yet.
Exactly. And that right there, Otis, that is an advantage. Because if you had the foresight to put this sort of protection in place, and at the 6-month visit or our 1-year visit, you start to see any of the listed illnesses pop up, then you know you have that protection in place. And some people haven't really fully considered the value that they've put in place. But even if you have the funds to take care of the illness, why would you opt to deplete the funds that you have saving when you could have opted to put the protection in place and rely on your trusted friends at Sagicor to help you to cover the bill? And that is what we're talking about.
As you speak, something so tragic just came back to me for those persons who might have watched the recent show, Chris Brown's show. Idona son actually died from, I think it was cancer. And it was so tragic, but it's a reality that kids do get critical illness. It's a reality that these things happen. We need to ensure we put some products in place to protect our children. All right, so walk us through the process of signing up for both these products, starting with you, Keon.
Darren, you want to take it? It's similar for both of them, really.
Okay.
It is a similar process.
It's very similar for both. So for the school companion, there are many ways you can. For the school companion, there are many ways you can do it. First, you can opt to speak to a licensed Sagicor financial advisor. And
and they will deliver to you.
Listen, they will deal with everything. They will take the application to you, have you sign it, take it back, and walk you through the process. And that's how good the service is with your Sagicor financial advisor. Or you can opt to use my preferred approach, which is the online channels. Mm-hmm. So you Google Sagicor School Companion, it takes you to our website, and the sign up process is quite intuitive. It will tell you what information you need to put in at what point in time. And as you submit information, the information comes to us, and we do the necessary reviews and help you ensure that you get the coverage that you need for your little one. For the child protector product, again, you can talk to your Sagicor financial advisor.
Yes.
They explain what protection you're trying to put in place for your family. The financial advisor will assess your need and your budget and recommend a price point or a coverage point that best suits what you're trying to put in place. And again, we cover up to 16 critical illnesses with hospitalization benefit, with investments, just in case you figure you want to put something in place or something like college, and with a limited death benefit in place for the child protector product.
What I'll say, though, I'll quickly jump in because we always have to talk about the payment, right? So, Terran is speaking about the online channel, which he had indicated members are able to do the enrollment, pay with their credit cards. If you're doing a manual enrollment, you can pay at any Paymaster location, island-wide, or any Sagicor Life branch location. So just wanted to drop in the payment aspect of it. So
I know logically there must be some enrollment period, considering that there is a school element. You have to be, enrolled in school. So what is the enrollment period for the
school companion?
The school companion.
Well, the enrollment period runs from September 1 until December 31st of each year, basically. So normally it's a 3-month open enrollment period, but because we love the children so much and want to give them the full opportunity, we give them until the end of the year.
Okay, that's amazing. Definitely, and the period is, the span of the policy is from September 1
to August 31st of the following year.
Okay, so it's best for you to sign up early. Right? So get on it now so that you get the full year of coverage of benefits. It is so necessary. I would like for you to give me some information, Mr. Terran, as to the type of documents you want to have in place before, whether it is you go online or call that financial advisor. What documents you want to at least have beside you when you take up the phone?
I think one of the first things you need to look at, identification. Yeah. You need to be able to identify yourself, birth certificates for the kids, the established relationship between the persons applying for the insurance and the person being covered. And that is where you start. Those two pieces of documentation is where you start. If you apply on the online channel, the channel will ask you for contactability information, so your name, your address, those things. Okay. But you want to have these two pieces to start the conversation, whether in person with a financial advisor or you're opting to use the online channels.
Okay, that's great. And with that, we have fully established that there's a major difference between the two. One policy basically gives a child a health insurance plan.
Correct.
Right? And the other policy gives a child a critical illness plan that ensures that no matter what comes, hopefully none of them come, but whichever one comes, the child will be covered. All right? So I want to jump back to you, Terran, with some of the features of your products. You mentioned your online coupon products, you call it. What is the costing of products like that. You know, there must be some set costs that we have to look for when we're going to buy a life insurance or a critical illness policy online.
Excellent question, Otis. So earlier you mentioned a couple of critical things. The longer you wait, the more expensive life insurance becomes. And let me look in the camera and say this.
Yes.
So you want to buy these coverage when you're young and healthy, right? So in terms of fixed costs, the cost of your insurance premium is driven by many things. One, your age, your health, and the level of coverage you're trying to put in place.
Okay.
So when you speak to your financial advisor or you opt to use the online channels, Otis, it will guide you as to what level of coverage you're selecting, and then you do an assessment to say, yeah, I really need X amount of, can I manage this?
Yes.
And
so
of
you
course,
need X, but you're
right.
wise, so you work with Y.
You work with Y. You work with the budget. And the financial advisors and the online channel will help to guide you, because we want you to put protection in place that you can maintain and grow in the long term. So we don't want you to buy protection where your premium is a little bit outside of the range of your comfortable budget. And after that time, you have to drop the premium. As a matter of fact, we'd rather encourage you to reassess the level at which you're covering yourself to reduce the premium rather than lose the coverage. Because again, this insurance is best you have it and not need it than need it and don't have it.
All right. And with that, you're hitting the nail squarely on the head for everything that we have spoken about this evening. Whether it is general insurance, whether it's for your motor vehicle or your house or any property, or it is health insurance, whether through group or individual, and definitely life insurance for your child or for yourself, critical illness plan. It makes so much more sense for you to have it and not need it than you need it and don't have it. But before we go, there's a giveaway question. Again, get your fingers ready to type that answer right now. The giveaway question is, remember, Facebook, Instagram, go on the chat and get score. The question is, name 2 products, one life product and one health insurance product that caters for children. Easy. If you did not listen to the live, you would have get it. 2 products, one life product and one health insurance product that caters for children. And you get the answer. Okay, great. So we have another question I hear that I need to ask you quick, because we're the question and answer segment. So I'm stealing a little time for another question. Can I cover one parent for less than $10,000? Can I cover one parent for less than $10,000 per year? Is that even
Parent
possible?
or child?
I say parent, so I don't know if they meant child.
Ken is going to knock this out of the park. She's going to tell you about her supplemental program and how you can really cover your parent for little and no money.
Oh, that is possible. Is that a real thing? Oh, all right, let me know.
No, it is a real thing. So we do have parental plans that we cover under the employer arrangement. So it's a little bit different, right? So whether you are covered in a commercial arrangement or you are employed to the government, once you're covered through Sagicor, you are able to purchase whether health or life insurance coverage for your parents. You can actually cover a maximum of 4 parents. So that, I mean, I know you only have 2 parents. I know you only have 2, but you can cover step parents or parents-in-law.
Whoa.
And yes, you are able to cover under 10,000. One parent per month. Yes.
Otis.
No, but Terra, you never tell me about this, man. How come we never know about this?
Again, I want to say this. If you have a Sagicor health card, which means you're covered under Sagicor Insurance,
yes,
you need to be talking to your HR about the supplemental insurance program. And you need to reach out to your good friends at Sagicor and ask them about parental life. Now, listen, your parents take care of you all these years in your life.
Yes.
It comes a point when you need to take care of your parent.
Definitely.
And in the event that something happens, you should put yourself in the position to ensure that you can take care of your parents' health or send them off respectfully. We will help you to put that protection in place for under $10,000.
But Kian, I might need to call you after this live.
As a matter of fact, we have a mixed bag, the family life plan.
What?
So you can cover 5 people plus yourself. But as I said, there's a condition. The condition is that you must, that health card that Terrence
Yes.
speaks about, you must
So
be
make sure,
covered
say you
under
have-
the employer arrangement, whether through government or in the commercial. You can get covered. You can cover 2 parents under that plan and your children or spouse. So you can cover 5 plus yourself.
So ensure, say you have one of those
Under
health
10,000.
cards.
Under 10,000 too.
Under $10,000.
Okay.
For every
It's
month.
a year, we're saying it, not
No,
for the
no,
month.
per month.
Okay.
Per
'cause
month.
You have to watch yourself when you go off a while ago.
Per month.
But I am happy to hear that. So as long as you have that health card, you need to talk to us.
Absolutely.
Because we can do so much more for your parents. Thank you so much. I know the time has been so spent, and there are so many things that we want to talk about, but we have to wrap up sooner or later. Check us out again. We have to do this series again. So next month, same place, right here on your different social media platforms. Sagicor will be here live, ensuring that you get all the information you need about the products and services offered by Sagicor Insurance. Enjoy the rest of your day. I enjoy being your host, Otis Hamilton, with all my guests. Thank you very much.